Welcome to another episode of Dildos and Dislocations, my little corner of the internet where we talk about disability, sexuality, and everything in between. As always, my name's Rai, and I'll be your host. Now, some of you may be wondering why the hell I am doing yet another video in my underwear. Some of you at this point are probably not at all surprised. I promise you that there is a point to my ensemble today. You see, today I want to talk about feeling sexy in a disabled body. Now, it's my body positivity. Ryan, don't you always feel sexy in your body all the time? Always? No, I don't. You see, there was a time in my life where I was not the seemingly very, very confident, rainbow-headed, out there ball of energy that you guys see today. There was a time in my life that I was actually really, really, really shy and had very little self-confidence. I can remember being in middle school and high school, and like the very idea that I am wearing a sports bra right now, compressing what a little boobage I have, 14-year-old me would have an aneurysm. Oh my Lord. Never, ever left the house without padded bra of some sort, push-up bra of some sort. I needed those curves. I needed to feel sexy. That's what I thought I needed to feel sexy in my body. Growing up, I was really skinny. Historically, they called me string bean. Lots of jokes about flat-chestedness, having no ass. I mean, you name it, I've got it. And to combat that, what I thought I needed to feel sexy, at least the way that the universe said sexy looked like, was I needed to up the padding. I dressed like I walked out of a 1940s pinup catalog for many, many years, because in my mind's eye, that was the epitome of sex appeal. So if I could emulate that, then I could get anyone that I wanted, right? And then I would be this ultimate confident sexual icon, right? Yeah, except for it didn't fucking work. Yeah, so I looked the part, right? You know, I had the curves and the sexy and the boobs up to the chin. But inside, I was still that same skinny little string bean kid, afraid to go outside without a push-up bra. My relationship with my ever-changing body due to disability has been fairly similar. For a large part of my life, my body wasn't really that affected by my disability, at least not outwardly. There'd be little things that I would notice or doctors would notice. But, you know, if you met me on the street, went on a first date with me, you'd have no idea that I was disabled unless I told you or you saw me do a movement that was a bit awkward. But as I grew older and as my disability progressed, obvious effects have taken shape on my body. I have many, many more scars. I have little to no musculature in my lower legs. I got chicken legs for days, y'all. I mean, it was, I over the course of the past year or so, I mean, I've lost 30 pounds, you know, but I had to deal with the loss of those curves that for me were almost a safety blanket. I got so thin to the point where the only bras I could wear were sports bras or no bra at all. Suddenly I look down and I don't recognize the body that I'm in. So if I don't even recognize myself, how in God's name am I supposed to feel sexy or sensual? How? Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you the secret. It just takes time. I know, cop-out answer, you all hate me, whatever. But for me, what has helped me the most with trying to find my sensuality throughout an ever-changing, ever-progressing disability body life, I remember that the things that others find sexual or sensual about me, really, really sensual and passionate, has absolutely nothing to do with this stretchy ass meat cage that I'm in. Because if a person's gonna find me sexually appealing, like, there's a lot of this shit, and most of it, it's in here. But that mental shift, it's not easy. For me, it has always been about finding the things about myself that I find sexy or sensual that maybe aren't always a visual, physical thing. Like, for me, I find just the pure, stubborn survival mechanisms of this, my personal bendy meat cage, to be incredibly sexy. The fact that I should be dead like 12 times over by this point, but I am still here and kicking and running my mouth off and pissing people off on the internet. Check out my Facebook. It's been beautiful the past week, guys. By the way, I'm faking my disability, and you can't kick your leg in the air if you're disabled. Neither here nor there. The point being, my body is a sensual body. My body is a body that is deserving of pleasure. Does my body look like the bodies on the Victoria's Secret runway or on the Playboy magazines or in, don't even get me started, in the world of porn? My body doesn't look like that. But that's okay. My body is resilient. My body is strong as fuck. My body has gone from losing 30 pounds, being the weakest and the worst off it's ever been, and swimming half a mile. My body is incredibly sexy and incredibly passionate. My disability comes with very soft skin that feels good to my touch. I love the muscles that being a wheelchair user and having to use my arms have given me. I love my bullet wounds, as Ryan calls them, my scars that show my journey and show just what I've had to go through to keep this body kicking. This body is a sexy body. Maybe not by normal media standards, but by mine. It's been a long road to get there, and I assure you, every day is not a straight and narrow path, and there are days where I do throw on sweatpants and get outside and think I'm wearing a feed sack, and that little voice in the back of my head that says, "You're still not wearing a padded bra, no one can find you sexy," it's still there. Now, generally, I just stab it in the eye with some underwire and go about my day because I am not going back. But those voices just get quieter and we just get stronger. I encourage you all this week to find the times that you find yourself sexy and passionate and sensual that maybe have nothing to do with the normal standards that we're supposed to compare ourselves to. I bet you'll be more surprised than you think about what you find. I promise you, if I can go from spending 30 years of my life hiding these chicken legs to taunting them on the internet and showing them off and showing everybody that we can be sexy just the way we are, that you can too. If you need help, my inbox is always open and I'll always get there eventually. Peace, guys.